Pizza that we cooked. As you can see, the bottom is just plain white. This one's going to be more crispy. And if I could bend it, because it's going to be a lot more crispier. As you can hear, this is just way too soft. There's just no color to it. So again, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my pizza channel. It's the Pizza Guy John, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the best cooked bottom using your Ooni oven. I always get a bunch of comments in my videos saying the bottom isn't cooked all the way through, but I'm going to show you guys how I get a nice good cooked bottom. So I just turned on my Ooni Koda 16. Let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick and see what the temperature's at. So literally just turned on, looking at about 280, 260 in the middle. So we'll give it about 20 minutes before we go ahead and toss the first pizza. We're just going to be doing just a regular cheese pizza. Then I'm going to let it turn on a little bit more, and then I'm going to show you how I get the bottom crispy. And again, it's just going to be another cheese pizza. So while the ovens is preheating, the way that I like to get a bottom, I think the best tip to have, to get the perfect bottom, is having a thermometer gun. This will tell you where your temperature is at, and this is going to help you get the best cooked bottom. If you just preheat it for 20 minutes, you're not really going to know how hot the oven is, and most likely you're going to have an uncooked bottom. And so again, you want to have a thermometer gun. With this, you can read the temperature. I like to cook between 850 to 900, and that always guarantees that the bottom is nice and cooked, evenly. So again, a thermometer gun, you could find one of these on Amazon, at your local hardware store. Online, Ooni has one as well that you could purchase, but this right here will save your life and make sure that you have a cooked bottom all the time. The other tips that I would recommend, you want to make sure that it's not windy and that the flame is definitely getting over the full stone. If it's windy, then of course the wind is going to be blowing the flame around, and you're not going to get a consistent flame on the stone. So you want to make sure that it's not windy, the oven's in a good perfect spot, so that you're making sure that the stone is getting heat properly. So we'll check back in about 15 minutes now, and then we'll take a look and toss in that first pizza, and we'll take a look at the stone. So it's been about 15 minutes now, and I'm not going to check the temperature, because the first mistake that a lot of people make is that they don't check the temperature of the stone. They don't have a thermometer gun. They give it about 15-20 minutes to preheat, and then they launch in. So let's go ahead and do that now. So here's the first pizza. We're going to go ahead and launch it in the oven. Now, the second mistake that a lot of people make, and they don't get a good cooked bottom, is that they don't turn the oven down low. So we're going to go ahead and just leave the oven to full blast, and we're just going to go ahead and cook it, and let's see what happens. And like I said, the oven's been on now for about 15 to 20 minutes. And again, this is the first mistake that people make, not checking the bottom, checking the stone, and letting it cook. So let's go ahead and spin. Again, the other mistake that the people do is they don't turn down the flame. And so we'll just put it back. So I didn't put it back into the same spot that I first put it. And again, that's another mistake that people make, is that they don't put it back in the same spot, and they continue just to move it around. Some of the stone may, not be as hot as, where they originally had it. So let's go ahead and take a look. And I can already tell you that the top is cooking a lot quicker than the bottom, because again, the flame is on full blast. So let's go ahead and let's turn it. All right, so the top is fully cooked, the cheese is melted. We'll go ahead and get this inside. We'll take a look at the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean about the bottom not being fully cooked. So let's go ahead and get this inside. We'll get it to our cooling rack here. And we'll place this here. All right, so here is the first pizza. As you can see, the top is all fully cooked. You know, some burnt parts. The pizza really did cook in really quick. But let's go ahead and take a look at this bottom. As you can see, there's a lot of white to the bottom. There's some brown spots there, but as you can see, it's not fully cooked all the way. If we take a look over here, it's not cooked. So let's take a look in the light. And if we pull it up right here, you can see that again, there's some spots here that's brown, a lot of white spots. And again, this isn't cooked fully all the way. So like I said, first couple of tips, don't have a thermometer gun. They're not checking the temperature of the stone, just launching it in right away. The second mistake would be that the flame was still fully high. So of course the top and everything cooked super fast without allowing the bottom to cook. So let's go ahead now, let's take a look at the stone and let's see how hot the stone is. So the stone's looking at about 115, about 130 in the middle. Far right, we're looking close to 800. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and get the stone cleaned. And you use a towel, damp towel to clean it. We'll give it now about, let's give it about another 5 minutes and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to get a cooked bottom perfectly. All right, so now the oven's been giving its proper heat up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stone in the middle. We're looking about 900, 895. On the edge, about 850. So again, the stone is properly heated. Let's go ahead and launch it in there. And again, you launch in the middle. And then let's go ahead and get it turned down all the way down to low. And by turning it down to low, again, you're giving it a slow cook. You're not cooking everything, you know, right away, quick. Top isn't going to get cooked fast. So again, we're allowing the bottom to get cooked evenly so that you get a nice, you know, cooked bottom. So let's go ahead and give this a couple of seconds. And again, the first tip, having a infrared gun, checking the temperature, making sure that again it is up to temp, as well as second, once you launch it, you turn it all the way down, and as you can see, the stone is evenly nice hot, and so that the crust is, you know, rising pretty good. So let's go ahead and spin this. Let's get that all the way around. Again, we'll launch it back into the same spot. And as you can see, the bottom now is a little bit more crispier, is getting a lot brown. And so again, with the stone heated properly, you're gonna get the crust is gonna rise evenly all the way around at the same time. So we'll let that go just for a little bit longer. Now we'll go ahead and get this out here. Let's get that spun there. Right back again into the same spot. And we'll go and take it out. And let's get it over here. And let's go and take a look at this bottom. If you can see, a lot more getting cooked. So that's perfect. So let's get some more over here. Again, back into the same spot. And again, at this point, the pizza is basically pretty much cooked. As you can see, the top is nice and cooked. The bottom is nice and brown. What you can do at this point is you could, if you feel like the bottom isn't cooked all the way, you could go ahead, turn it off completely. And then what you're doing is now you're just basically just allowing the residual heat to now just cook the bottom of the pizza. If you feel that some spots aren't cooked, you can go ahead and move it to another spot here as well. And we'll get that right there. And we're good. So let's go ahead and get this inside and we'll take a look at that bottom. So onto the cooling rack. Let's go ahead and move that there, and then give me 1 second. So here's the pizza. Let's go ahead and take a look at that bottom. You can hear a lot more crunch to it. And you can see it's not fully white, but again, there's gonna be more spots. It's not as weak in the middle. I feel more of a crunch. So let's go and take a look at it in the light. And it feels more solid compared to the other pizza. So let's see. So there's still going to be some white, but as you can see, it's a lot more fully cooked. It's not soft. You can hear some crunch still. This part got a little bit more burnt. But this right here is going to be the perfect pizza. Again, you could always turn the oven off completely and let it sit in there a little bit longer to cook. But again, these are my tips on how to get the bottom cooked nice and crispy. Let's go and take a look at the last other pizza. And so again, here's the other pizza, the first pizza that we cooked. As you can see, the bottom is just plain white. This one's going to be more crispy, and if I could bend it because it's going to be a lot more crispier. As you can hear, this is just way too soft. There's just no color to it. So again, like and subscribe, check out my other videos. Again, this is my tips on how to get the bottom nice and crispy in your Ooni oven. Comment down below if you have any other tips that may help as well, but turn on the bell notification to be notified when I do make new videos. Check out my Instagram at the Pizza Guy John, and we'll talk soon.